Hey, hi, it's Carol from Carol's Creative Corner. And it's Friday, so TGIF. I hope you're enjoying your Friday, especially all your those working people, women out there, men. I don't want to exclude you either, but happy Friday, end of a work week, hopefully for you, and looking forward to a weekend ahead. So I thought as I promised last week, I was going to get on and show you some new catalog items. So I'm excited to show those to you today. And so I wanted to say hi, and then I'm going to flip the camera over and I'm going to go ahead and start to show you some sample cards using new products from the annual catalog. So let me uh, switch over and we'll get started. Okay, so I'm sure all of you have seen the new catalog. This is a catalog cover, and I've already made my tab so I can easily find things. But anyway, I may have to refer to this from time to time. So I appreciate your patience as I learn the new stamp names and names of the products. If you have any questions, just comment. Yeah, and your comments are always welcome and appreciated. And I will respond after or at the end of this video if I don't get to them during this video. So I will go ahead and start showing you some examples. Yay! Okay, so let's get started. I participated in a swap, and you may recall if you've seen my other videos that these were my two swap cards that I made for the swap. This is using the Celebrate Sunflowers stamps, actually the stamp set with the saying, and then of course the coordinating dies. And this is using the Old World Suite. This is an easel card, and this is using those dies. And I showed you those previously, but those are what I submitted for the swap. So I'm going to show you some new ones that I got. So I'm so excited about these cards. Okay, so this is the first one that I received, and this is a Thinking of You, and this is using the Blooms and Blossoms die cut. Isn't it gorgeous? There are actually multiple layers to this die set, and when they're layered, they're absolutely beautiful. But this is just a single die cut out of those dies, and they just did a water wash technique on shimmery white paper. I don't know if you can see the glitter at all, but they just did a nice watercolor wash and mounted it with a black die cut from the Blossoms and Blooms suite. And this card was done by Lisa Schultz. This other one is also from the Blossoms and Blooms, using one of the different sets, the different dies, and love the monochromatic card. It actually, they cut out the die and makes it look, it actually then mounted it on the back, if you can tell. So it kind of gives it that inlaid look, and what a clever idea. This is using our Moonlight Mist cardstock. Isn't that a beautiful color? And so this card was also, this was by Lisa Bowell. Isn't that a beautiful card? And then she accented it with some pearls. And of course, the new Misty Moonlight ribbon that coordinates. So nice monochromatic card. So now I bring you some cards that are with the Celebrate Sunflower. Just a lot of the different things that you can do with that. Hey, Terry. Hey, Darlene. Thanks for joining me tonight. Hope you get inspired by some of these cards that are being shown. This was using the stamp set Celebrate Sunflowers as well as the die cut. This yellow rim is the die cut. Isn't that pretty? And then they've got the stamping underneath, and same with the leaves. And they mounted that on Early Espresso and tied it with the Bumblebee ribbon, and of course use the Bumblebee paper. Isn't that a pretty card? And then congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful. That's a stamp that also comes with the Celebrate Sunflower set. And this card was by Betty Weisbridge. Next card is also a sunflower card, and the Thanks a Bunch. She used, it looks like Flirty Flamingo on this card, and used the same technique, stamped the sunflower, die cut it, and then added that extra layer of die cut to that. And then here are some vellum sprigs. Aren't those come in the Celebrate Sunflower die set? I will show you those. Those are these little dies, and that makes such a nice accent on this sunflower. Use some of the new paper. I think this is Artistry something that she used this paper, but very nice card, and that is by Lori Healy. All right, next comes up is our another sunflower card. This is using the Old World Suite embossing folder, and you can tell she did some additional coloring to give it a little more depth, and double knotted the bow, and colored in each of those sunflowers, and used the die cut. There's a die cut for this small flower that once you stamp it, you can then die cut it out. And she layered it 3 layers, which is really pretty. And then I don't know if you can tell, but she's got that Winkastella on it. Isn't that beautiful? So she paired that with soft suede cardstock, which looks really nice as well. And this card was by Gail Connolly. So here we have another sunflower card, and it looks like she used our new cinnamon cider in color cardstock. And this looks like shaded spruce. Used one of our new labels, the old world embossing folder, and in early espresso, and then tied it in with the cinnamon cider. So that's a beautiful card as well. And I like this technique of stamping the leaves just to give a little more decoration to the label. And this one was by Lisa Bow. This next card is, let's see, Tasteful Touches. I believe this is the suite from, and love, we have this new, I think it's Flowers Are Lovely or Lovely Flowers designer series paper. She used that as well as our new gingham ribbon, and used some of the sayings from that set. She did some Winkastella. I wonder if you can see that Winkastella on that flower, and used our Sprig Punch with our Just Jade new paper. Isn't that a beautiful color combination? I love those two colors together. I'm sure you'll see more from me with this color combination. They're using the new Bumblebee and the Just Jade together. So that's gorgeous, and with the accents of the pearls, and that's by Beth Tetzlaff. Here's another card using Tasteful Touches. That flower is just gorgeous. And then this is using our new paper pack, which has got all sorts of textures to it. I'm trying to remember the name, if you guys know it. Hey, Catherine. Catherine joined. Thanks for joining. I'll go back and post what the name of this designer series paper, but it's a bigger pack of designer series paper, and it has all sorts of tile and photograph looking textures. But I love this card because she tied in the gray and also just made it monochromatic, and I love navy and white together. And this card was done by Carrie McGale. So the next set I'm gonna show you is the Birds and Branches set. That is a gorgeous set. I can't wait to create with that. This is the set, has a couple of birds in both positions, along with feet and some eggs and a bird's nest and a branch and flowers. So it all goes so together, and of course a little heart. So this set is going to be so much fun, but wait till you see the dies too. And you can tell with this card, she used this big circle die, which is gorgeous. So it adds an extra dimension to your card. It looks like she layered that behind a circle cutout, and then she stamped it, and then this looks like balmy blue. And so that is a beautiful card, and she used our ribbon, which is carried through a couple times in the album. And the reason I love it so much is because you can use your blends to change the color of the ribbon to whatever you want. So this card was done by Terry Gaines. This is another one, and this is also by Terry Gaines. Now this is called Framed Up. It's her $1 million set. She reached $1 million in sales. And so when that happens, you get to pick out a stamp and die set. And she did the framed art one. So look for that in the catalog, but I can see this being used in multiple places. It has kind of a distinctive look to it. So it looks like it has texture. And this card is a fun fold. It opens like this, and isn't that pretty with the branches and the pearl that goes with it, and then opens to an inside. and she used our brick embossing folder on that. So this is one of my favorite bird cards so far. Isn't it gorgeous? Love those branches. That comes with the dies, as well as this beautiful border. You can cut out the nest and the eggs and the birds and the feet and the heart. So everything comes with it, as well as some flowers. So beautiful set. You can do so much with that. And of course, I love birds. So I will be getting a lot of use out of this. Here is another set, another card using this set, and they just cut out the circle. You can see that it doesn't cut it out completely, so it allows you to embed it in a frame. This is all one piece. She just took a square piece of white cardstock, applied the die to it, and cut it out. And isn't that gorgeous? She used the tree and the branch on here, and of course colored the bird. And I don't know if you can tell, but she used our new textured embossing folder on that as well, which is beautiful. I ordered that one too because I use the subtle embossing folder a lot, and this is going to be my next favorite one, where you just want a little more texture to your cards, and so that will look just gorgeous on almost any card. So, and then I love how she sponged the background to make it look like it's the sky. She did a really nice job on that. Hey, Sandy, and hey, Chris, thank you so much for joining. I'm just going through my card swaps that I received with all the new products in the catalog. So I thought the best way to show off some of these products is to show example cards with them. So this was a swap card that I received, and she did it in the light green and cut out each of the flowers and the bird. Your friendship means the world to me. And that was by Carmen McNamara. And I forgot to mention this card here that we had just looked at was done by Carol Nordquist. Okay, so now we are going to switch over to another one of my favorites, and that's the Jar of Love set. And that is, well, Jar of Flowers. And so this is the stamp set, and you get multiple jars. I mean, you get one stamp set and it reverses to a solid jar. So you get multiple uses out of your stamp. You just flip it over and you can get this image or that image. And same with looking as if the jar is half full. And then you can have different bouquets that you can put inside the jar. So these are the stems, and then these are the different bouquets you can put inside. How fun is that? Plus you get a little lid. And so this coordinates with the new jar punch. So these will, as you can see, they're not actual to size, but these pictures on the front are not actual to size. This is the actual size, is more like this jar. So anyway, I'm going to show you a few cards that coordinate with that set. And this is the first one I received. This is using some new designer series paper, Forever Lovely, I think, something like that. And then she used our new twine, which is, I don't know if you can see there, but it's braided with white and blue and a little bit of silver running through it. So that's very, very pretty. And she used the die to make it look like a straw. So I thought that was really clever. And just because that saying is new as well, it comes from the Lovely You stamp set. And one of my new favorite color combinations is the new Bumblebee along with the Misty Blue. And I think it looks so good with this new paper as well. So I'm going to be using that combination quite a bit. This card also features our new enamel dots that are in the in colors. So very pretty card, and that was by Beth Tesla. All right, this next card, isn't this gorgeous? I love this card because I love a lot of color, and she looks like she used her blends, and she also used this bouquet set for her flowers down on top of the jar. And then if you can catch this, see how she used one of our window sheets? She punched that out with the jar punch, and to make it look like real glass. So I just love that technique. Very easy to do. but I really like how that looks, like it's real glass. So remember that if you get this set, to try and do that with your jar. Get some of the window sheets to go with it, because I think that is so clever. And I love the fun fold. I love this design. I mean, getting it to cut just 1/8 of an inch, that's can be really tricky, but I really like that look. And this is just a gorgeous card. Our brand new ribbon is featured here too in Bumblebee, and this was by Carol Nordquist. Gorgeous card, Carol. Here's another card using the Jar of Flowers punch, and then these sprigs, you might remember, I think they look like they're the ones that come with the Celebrate Sunflower set. So this card is cute. Let's celebrate you. Notice she's got the saying going vertical, which I think is really sweet. And this was by Denise Quayle. All right, one more card to show you on this beautiful set. This card is gorgeous. This is from Kelly Burkhart. She used the sunflowers inside the jar. She used some of our new gold metallic ribbon. It's just so dainty and just leaves just a little touch of accent on the card, which I think is so pretty for this set. And she did use some of our new designer series paper, that one pack that I mentioned that has the tiles in it and the other textures, and layered that. And this is a different fold as well. It's like a little door, like a half door that you swing open, and then they'll celebrate you. So isn't that a clever way to do your layout for your card? Another idea for you. So thank you, Kelly, for that beautiful card. Now I'm going to switch over to, I believe it's got to be one of the most favorite sets that we have, and that's the Forever Fern. So this set has 11 stamp images in the set, and 6 of them are leaves, plus we have a speckle. And then we have these beautiful sentiments. You can do this. Hello, love and laughter forever after, and to a friend that makes me smile. So love those sentiments. And then look at all these beautiful dies that you get with it on so many different branches. This is part of the Forever Greenery suite of products, and so it has beautiful paper that goes with it, and some of these dies actually cut out the pre-printed leaves from that paper. So love that, love that. So I think we're going to see a lot of this going forward, just because you can use these dies on almost any card, and yet those cards look gorgeous just with just leaves and these berries alone. So let me show you some of those examples. Okay, so this is the first card that I received, and this is using that beautiful designer series paper and using the stamps along the right-hand side, using that wonderful saying to a friend, and then you can notice these are gold leaves. So we have a pack of gold foil paper that has all sorts of leaves and some wreaths that you can just add accents to your card. So I ordered a few packs of that because I just think that gold just dresses up the just dresses up any card. And she used the gold embellishments, which carried over from our previous catalog. And then don't you just love the speckles? I mean, I've been stamping for 30 years, and I must own so many speckle stamps, but I still love the effect of speckles on your card. It just helps to fill in some of that white space and then just give it, I don't know, a floating effect, something. I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I mean. I just love the speckles. Okay, so that's card number 1. Here's card number 2. This is a fun fold. This is part of that designer series paper pack. You can get stripes on one side, and I do absolutely love this color. And then it's a fun fold. Isn't that pretty? And then uses 2 of the leaves over on that one, and that was by Betty Weisbrick. Here's another card. This is based on Pear Pizzazz, and then has several layers, and then is using our new cotton ribbon. I don't know if you can see how light and airy that ribbon is, but I love the fact that it looks like linen and it feels like linen, and it ties just beautifully and very lightweight. So this card was done by Denise Quayle. Here is another card using the dies from that set, and a new textured embossing folder. Isn't that gorgeous? This is our new brass foil paper, and so I just love it because it's so shiny. And this is a beautiful layout and just uses a few touches of that brass foil, and it just makes the card come to life. So very nice card. This one was done by Brenda Hillard. Here is another card using the Forever Greenery Suite and using my favorite pattern from that paper. And look at these two colors together, Pear Pizzazz and Pretty Peacock together. I just love that combination. Again, she used that new cotton ribbon as well, and then used some stamps from Lovely You, and the Cherished Friend is also from a new set called Lovely You, which I'll show you in a second. Isn't that pretty? And this card was done by Lynn Feldkamp. Now I'm going to move on to Beautiful World. This is from the Beautiful World stamp set. And I did show you this last week with my card, but this card is absolutely beautiful too, but uses this stamp set and then these coordinating dies. She did use the brass foil, which as I mentioned, I just absolutely love. And then the globe is in brass foil as well. And you know I love our gold gilded gems. And so this card, I just love the layout, the colors, and using the brass foil. So this card was done by Dawn Diede, D-I-E-D-E. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Now here is another card from the Old World set. You probably didn't, I don't know if you saw that it has a little ink well and then the little feather pen. And so she used that on the front of the card, and this is soft sea foam using the embossing folder. Isn't that gorgeous? And then here are the little accents that you can get with that suite. Isn't that pretty? You could use it on all four corners or just a couple corners, but it's a beautiful accent and it gives it a really nice rich look. So those are also available in the new catalog. And that was also done by Dawn Diede. Okay, let's see, one more card to show you from the Old World Suite, and this is an Adventure Awaits card. Here it looks like they used copper, but it does have a shiny effect to it, and did the world in green and the rest in blue, which is perfect, right? That's how our World Earth looks, and she used some of our ribbon that carried over. And then these three different designer series paper are from that one pack that I can't remember which one the name is, which I will share when the video is over. But so these textures look so nice with the globe. So this card was done by Chris Anderson. So thank you, Chris, for those beautiful cards. Okay, I'm almost done, We got a few more cards to go, but a new set to show you, another set, and that is the Lovely You. So Lovely You is a set of stamp sayings, and I've always liked the mixture of cursive and printed text in one sentiment. So love is what makes us family, miles apart but still in my heart, cherished friends. So you can see all of these sayings. They're just, they can be used for a lot of different cards. And so this was one card I absolutely love. And she used this card, she made her own background, like her own designer series paper. And I love the color combination of Night of Navy and Bumblebee. And then she used gray. And I can't tell right now which gray that is. Could be gray granite. And layered it with the Bumblebee and the navy blue. And I just love the design of that card and how simple. And of course, we've seen this frame before. This is our ornate frames. And I just love this card. I just love the colors. And of course, I like navy and white. And I think the design is really pretty. And so that was by Brenda Hillard. So thank you, Brenda, for that beautiful card. Here's another card using the Lovely You set and just because, and then use these little flowers that come with the set and put it in different colors and arranged it randomly. And so I just love the color she used, so nice and springy. She used our new embossing folder that's in the catalog, and then some of our designer series paper as well. And I believe, it looks like Melon Mambo I don't think that's our new Magenta Madness. And then, of course, our twine that I had mentioned before, this got that little ring of silver through it and white and navy together. What a beautiful combination. So this card was by Lori Healy. This is our next card. I don't know if you've heard of it, but the strippy technique, very easy to do if you have lots of strips of paper left over. You can put them together in combination and make a beautiful background, and that's how this card was made. It uses that texture paper that I had mentioned and uses that miles apart but still in my heart, using the lovely You stamp set and that beautiful twine. Again, this card was done by Kelly Burkhardt. Isn't that pretty? Next card is, see, I'm loving this blue and this bumblebee together. So this is our Misty Moonlight. And this, it looks like to me, this is the branches from the Birds and Branches dies. Isn't that pretty just by itself? And I love the color combination. And then she tied our new bumblebee ribbon as well as Moonlight Madness together. Isn't that nice? So this, and look at this cute fun fold. And this card was done by Lynn Feldkamp. Very nice, thank you. Now this one is a card that I know took a lot of time to make because each one of these strips comes from a new set. I think it's something tile, and these are the dies for it. And she cut it all our new in colors to make this card. So that's a lot of die cuts to make that card, and especially for swapping, 20 of them. That's a lot of work, but it is really pretty. I love our in colors together. Most of the time, I'm not always happy that they coordinate together because they're not necessarily meant to. They're meant to kind of coordinate with our base cardstocks, but I do like them all together. And this card is really pretty with a great way to use these die cuts. And this card was by Gail Connolly. So what did you think of all of those new cards? That's everything, all the cards that I had to show you today. So I hope you had fun looking at that. And if you have any questions about any of the products or anything you want to ask me, I'd be happy to help you. I look forward to creating with you and sharing with you. And I hope you share back with me because I love to see what you're working on. So have a great evening, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks. Bye.